Good morning, our blank spot family. How y'all doing? This is Dee and Eric from the blank spot. We just wanted to come in real quick to give you guys some nuggets, just talk a little bit about some things. I know it's early. I know everybody's still kind of, getting up, moving around. Maybe you already at work or up, working your business. But we just wanted to come in real quick, say hi, and then kind of talk about a couple things.
Hi.
All right. So when you guys jump on, if you see us live, go ahead and make sure that you drop your city and state. Let us know where you are tuning in from. Okay. And we're gonna get started. So today we're pretty much gonna be talking about, your business and making sure that you know all your costs and your fee, making sure that you including all your fees and things like that when it comes to your business, right? Because you want to make sure that you're ultimately going to make a profit. So you have to make sure that you are including all those little small things that you really don't think about. Okay. Mr. McKinley, you ready to get started?
Yeah. So good morning, everybody. I'm Eric, and my wife and I, we were talking last night and this morning, like up early this morning, and we were talking about pricing. We talk about pricing. Yeah. We were talking about cost. We were talking about things that's gonna keep us in business, that's gonna make us profit. And the one thing that I do know is that my wife, she has a retail background. So the one thing I do know is that when she starts talking about pricing and cost, that I need to pay attention, because I don't know everything. I know that I don't know everything. But the other thing is that I'm a numbers person. So I actually have to see the numbers. If I can see the numbers and put it to paper, then it'll make sense to me. So if you're in our private group, I just posted something in the private group that I want you guys to read. And I'm gonna actually I'm gonna see if I can. I don't know if I can share my screen, but let me see, because I didn't have my computer up last night. Let's see if I can share my screen.
So we just want you guys to kind of be out there, thinking if you're that type of person and you're serious about your business, you want to make sure that, you're doing everything, correctly. And that, you're not going to be one of those businesses that are here today and gone tomorrow. Okay. So these things that we're sharing with you, it's only to help you. This is not our first business. We've been in business for 5 years. Our main business that we do, we help business owners to build their business. So, we know, pretty much what we're talking about when it comes to building a business. And as Eric stated, I was in the retail industry for well over 10 years, before I decided to do something else. And, I had to kind of break things down to Eric, about cost and stuff like that and pricing, because that was not his realm. He comes from a military background. So he didn't have to deal with, the pricing and things like that when it comes to the whole retail part. So
I got a military background. I'm an IT guy, real pretty decent with computers. But what I didn't, with our business, our initial business is what we actually taught. We teach finances. We teach personal finances, business finances, financial education, business building. We teach business financing, funding, business credit, things like that. So that's my niche. And as a teacher's mindset, I actually understand that everybody learns differently, right. But we have to have all of the facts so we can make informed decisions. And I was making a decision. I'm glad my wife caught me like really soon. We're just 90 days into this particular business. Right. So I'm glad she caught me early, because I could have made some very detrimental decisions that was going to actually cause us to maybe even either go into a large amount of debt or end up having to shut our current business down, because I didn't understand. I understand numbers, but I didn't understand the whole concept of the retail industry. So what I want to do is I want to share my screen. And when I share my screen, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking to you, whether you're a business owner, whether you're a hobbyist, whether you are whether you are a hustler, side hustler, I don't care what you are. This applies to you.
Yeah.
If you want to continue to do what you're doing, this absolutely applies to you. So I need you to understand, as I share my screen, I want to give you a visual. Now, usually I would be doing this on a whiteboard, but I think because I wrote it out, I think it's going to make sense. So let me go ahead and share this. And I just dropped this in the group today, just a little while ago, this morning. So let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger, okay? So, and I'm going to be watching you from my phone. So if I look like I'm looking sideways, that's why I look like that. He's
doing some stuff on his phone, guys. So he may be looking down, but he's, I'm
engaged, though. I'm engaged. So once again, if you're just jumping on, this is D and Eric from the Blank Spot. And we're not just business owners. We are entrepreneurs, but we also help business owners to build businesses.
Right.
And one thing that I realized after talking to my wife, for the men out there or for the married couples out there, if you're married and your spouse is not supporting you, I just want to say, don't worry about that. As long as they're not stopping you, and they're in that sense, they could be supporting you. So don't worry about that. Eventually, they'll get on track with you.
Yes.
And if they don't worry about it. But these are some things that you're gonna need to be, you're gonna need to understand. You have to know your numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know your numbers. So this is just an example. And I used a wholesaler, and we're not wholesalers, but we're close. We're close right now to being a wholesaler.
Yeah.
We buy wholesale, and our desire is to be able to pass the savings along to our customers, clients, and fellow crafters in wholesale prices. But it's a challenge, and I want y'all to see this. Okay, let's say a business owner buys a particular item. I call it a widget. They buy a particular item from a wholesaler at $3 per item, and the only way they're gonna be able to get that at $3 an item, they got to buy a lot of it.
Yeah, you have to buy it bulk.
So for those of you who have been in other groups, you're part of other groups, and they talk about wholesaling, they talk about vendors, they talk about things like that. You may have a better idea of what I'm talking about versus someone who's new to business, new to crafting, or even purchasing items for the business.
Right.
So in order to get that at that lowest price, you got to buy more.
Right.
Okay. So now we know at $3, that's not a that could be a wholesale price, that could be a middleman price, whatever the case. But $3 an item, got to buy at least 1,000. So that means that business owner bought 1,000 widgets, and they paid $3,000. That's shipping included. Right. Okay. Now, in order to come back to the store, the items have arrived at the store. You've done your inventory. Now you have to set your price, and hopefully you were smart enough when you did your ordering. Hopefully before you even ordered it, you set your price, and that was the reason why you ordered it. But let's say that your price
you have to pre-plan.
You had to pre-plan
for the things that you order and already know, okay, this is the amount that I'm going to sell it for. Okay, so you have to do all that before.
And I think what's happening is a lot of people, even as they order from us, a lot of people are buying the items and then trying to price it.
Yeah.
So let's say this.
So do your research.
Yeah, do your due diligence.
Yeah.
Let's say that business owner did their research and they know exactly what they're gonna sell this $3 item for. They know how much they want to sell it for. And they get the item, it comes into the shop, they do the inventory, everything's there. But here's the deal. This is what the business owner now has to face. See, there's several ways to make financial transactions. Right? We can do the cash game, cash across the table.
Right.
We can do the cash game, cash up underneath the table. We can do the cash apps and things like that.
Right.
Or we can do a merchant processing system. Okay. So everybody should have some type of merchant account. Now, I'm not saying that Cash App is not a merchant account, because it is.
Right.
And it's a legal business account.
Right.
However, what you need to understand is that when you get your money under the table, you're losing tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of tax deductions on top of the table. Right. So now this business owner goes through a processing system, okay? A merchant processing payment system. They're going to be charged anywhere between 3%, and I put 3%, but anywhere between 3 to 6%, depending on what processing they use. On the low end, 3%. So Now they gotta also assume the cost for and I didn't put that on there, but it's $1.50. That cost is going to be your packaging cost.
Right.
So now this business sells this item, $3 item for $9.50 plus tax. Now you're automatically going to think that this person is going to make a whole bunch of money off this item, but that's not true. Okay, they take that $3 item, they sell it for $9.50. Now the processing fee is going to be 3% of that $9.50,
right,
which is 29 cents.
And so, of course, the processing fee is going to be, it depends on your merchant account. Whether
Depends on
you're
your
going
merchant
through
account.
your website, you're going through Square, whatever you're using to swipe your customers' credit cards.
When we use Sezzle charges us 6%. 6%. So that's a bite that we have to take. We have to take that hit. So now we can either take the hit or we can pass those along to the customer. We're taking the hit right now. So bottom line is this: processing fees, 3% of $9.50 is 29 cents per item, plus $1.50 for packaging. That's $1.79. So you may think, well, this business just made $9.50. No, minus the $1.79, because that was the overhead, and they're left with $7.71. So now you multiply that $7.71 by 1,000 items. Now on the surface, that's a gross of $7,710 of profit, right? Wrong. Because the business, if it wants to stay in business, it then has to reinvest.
You have to reinvest in your
more
business.
products.
If you don't reinvest in your business, guess what? You're out of business.
You're out of business.
So you have to go back and take that money, and you have to purchase more items. So you guys have to really think about that. You don't think of it as, oh, I'm making my money back. No, you have to go back. You have to reinvest in that business, or your business is closed.
So the concept of the idea, the phrase being in the red means you're in debt. Being in black means you're on the positive side. So even though this business made a gross of $7,710, they still have to invest back into their business.
Right.
So now they can choose to say, I made my $3,000 back and put it somewhere.
Right.
Or, and I think a smart business owner would take that initial $3,000, take another $3,000 out of the $7,000. That's a total of $6,000. Now I'm going to buy double of what I had before.
Right. To get your inventory and stuff up.
Yeah. This time they order another 2,000 widgets for $6,000. $6,000 being reinvested back into the business. Now here's the big picture. The initial $3,000 transaction, that was the initial, right? The business potentially earns $7,710 on that. That's a 257% profit. However, if that business is smart and that business owners are smart and they invest double the money instead of $3,000, $6,000 back into their business, they still got a profit of about $1,700.
Right.
Now that's going to be operating. Okay, you still got other areas to operate in, and you got to be mindful that you make better choices and decisions. So you have to know.
Right.
You have to know.
You got to know your numbers, guys. If you don't know your numbers, then you can possibly go out of business. So you have to know about all those processing fees and things like that. So you have to take all of that into context when you are building your business. And that's what we wanted to come out here and just kind of give you guys some nuggets on. So we're not going to stay. I know somebody's probably out there thinking, well, you know what? I use all my money Cash App. I get all my money cash. Well, how are you going to track it? It's harder to track that way. Don't try to avoid taxes by getting cash money. Let's turn ourselves into a legitimate business and allow us to show you the right way or a better way to actually learn how to work your business in the right context, learn how to take advantage of the tax deductions, which that's coming as well. Because that's coming as well, guys. You have to know what you can and cannot write off as a business owner. And there is so much that you can do. But if you don't do your research, you don't know. And you're losing thousands of dollars in tax deductions because you don't know what you can and cannot write off. So don't just take our word for it, verify it. Yes. So this is our first little nuggets since we've been in business together. We're going to be sharing some information with you. Like I said, just wanted to share this briefly. We got to open the store, guys. Yes. So we open all day from 10 to 7, located at 9332 Notch Road, Suite C, Columbia, South Carolina, 29223. If you are a crafter that is involved in sublimation, if you are a crafter that is looking to get involved in sublimation, come by our store and look us up. We're very user friendly, and we can talk you through just about anything. We got everything in the shop, minus
a heat press. We have everything else in the shop to get you started. So come out and see us, check us out. And if you guys got any comments or questions about what we talked about,
yeah, please let us know.
Yeah. And good morning, Quartina. And I can't see the other user, but good morning to the other user.
All right,
I think it's
we're
Lisa.
gonna go because I already have a customer in the store. We guys will talk to you all later.
You guys take care. Peace.